This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Recording has started.
Hello and welcome, dear listener, once again to Superconnectivity. I'm your host, Charlie. And with me, as always, is
Phil, me, and Perich.
That's the guy. Hey, listeners, I do apologize that I'm certain I sound awful today. And it's not just because of apple juice intoxication. It is actually because I am suffering with a bit of a cold. I'd hoped it was just allergies, but it's a cold. Should never hug that guy at Stonewall.
Whoa!
But that's what happened. Yeah, hey, you know. Anyway, hey, kids. So let's just open it up. Let's talk about, want to talk video or comic content first? So I'll let you pick.
Let's get there some comics.
Okay, so let's just talk about the big revelation today in Spider-Girls, or Wednesday in Spider-Girls, that J. Jonah Jameson is right. He is 100% right, and Peter knows this. He says it jokingly, but it's one of these jokes that, like, you know, dude, that's a little close to the surface. So in Spider-Girls, number one, this was number one, right?
Yes, number one.
I didn't know if it was a zero issue or not. In Spider-Girls number one, where we got Anna and Mayday and Ariana. That's her name, right? Arana,
yeah.
Arana, yeah, okay. We get them all together because they're going to unlock the secret of the scrolls of the spiders. And Peter makes this point that their family's superpower is to attract all the trouble within a 100-mile radius. And that's done as a joke. Ha 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 ha. Except this is a Spider-Geddon story. This is a Spider-Verse story. This is a story stoked in the idea that the spiders are totems. And what do spiders do,
Philip? Devour their prey.
How do they devour their prey? So they attract their prey.
Okay.
They bring their prey in through their web. They capture the prey, and then they devour them.
Mm-hmm.
And it is this interesting question when you speak about the spider totem, is what does the spider totem ask of its recipients? And it is this idea that they're given this great power and this great responsibility, obviously, but are they actually causing the problems that are destroying them? When Peter Parker talks about the Parker luck, is he perhaps talking about his quality as a totem? That as a totem, he winds up drawing in the dangers in the city towards him, runs on his webs. This is why every time Aunt May goes to the bank with Peter, someone tries to rob it. Won't go to the bank every freaking week, no problem. Goes to pawn shops, walks through dangerous neighborhoods, no problem, until Peter's watching her. Then all of a sudden, hey, where are the enforcers? He's going to bust your neck there, old lady, because he's evil. And suddenly Peter has to get involved. And it is this quality that is, oh, okay, I see. So where Peter is around, trouble follows. And this, I think, is kind of this point that may be made. Because here's the thing. You say, oh, it's a one-off joke in a side comic for a major event. They don't do one-off jokes. Not like that.
No.
Not like that. I think that was important. I think that's something that's going to be revealed about the spider totems. Because I know they are doing a lot with the spider totems. And I know that, and it's weird because apparently, I guess it was in a different book, they were saying that now Gwen Spider new power and a newer responsibility. I don't know what it is, but, you know, whatever.
Well, yeah, there's like another Spider. Well, Spider-Gwen decided to change her name to Ghost Spider. Long story short, I guess I didn't read it, but
yeah, but she's got some kind of She gets a new power with that. I don't know what it is, but she's got powers now, or more powers. And
Yeah.
I actually did not know that was a symbiote until this episode. So that's news to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a symbiote. So did she go to Secret Wars world in her universe, or? And she just like had a cool day with her symbiote, where they were like, "Oh, hey, symbiote, we can be friends."
There's always symbiotes popping up because when that series first came out, I don't think she had a symbiote. I think that's like a newer. Like I don't read the book, but I think that's like a newer occurrence.
Okay. Well, I mean, because it would be kind of cool, like when she like met the symbiote. It was like, "Oh no, that's cool, symbiote. We can work together. We can be best symbiote buddies."
Yeah.
Little unicorns jumping sequence.
And then you don't get a Venom, yeah.
Yeah, well, why not? Actually, some symbiotes are kind of cool. There actually is a symbiote. I forget his name, but there was a very short-lived miniseries where there was like another offshoot of the symbiotes that were like electricity-based.
Oh.
It was like all like, and the idea was that this symbiote was like working with this reporter lady to unmask the corruption of the superhero world, and they caught like Reed Richards being a drunk driver.
Yeah.
But actually, it was just that the Mad Thinker had hit him with a drunk dart because to embarrass him. Because supervillains get real petty sometimes.
Nah.
I mean, honestly, they get like so freaking petty, like freaking Venture Brothers petty, like. Where you think like, oh, that's just so cartoony in the Venture Brothers. Like, no, that's like straight out of Strange Tales number 43. So, I wish we get a reference to that from Peter Porker talking about like when Doc Ock has the self-destruct mechanism in his lab.
Oh, and Spider-Geddon too. Yeah.
Yeah, and he says, and they say, hey, you're a villain. You got a self-destruct thing in here, right? It's like, I am a hero now, and yes. And people say, I'm cartoony. Whoa, up. Oh, yeah. I mean, it is ridiculous. Oh, petty supervillains could be. I actually haven't finished Arachknight. I'm sure you have.
Yes, I read that. Yes.
I did find it interesting that they've just was Werewolf by Night a antagonist to Moon Knight?
Well, that's where Moon Knight first appeared in Werewolf by Night.
Oh, Moon Knight first appeared in Werewolf by Night?
Yes.
I would have thought that was the other way around. Okay,
no.
See, I had no idea.
Yes.
See, you learn these new things, and I love the references in that too. You've made yourself into some sort of Batman.
Well, I mean, he did have the quote-unquote dead, it was Aunt May and Uncle Ben, but dead parents, so you can always say that's like a Batman.
No, that's what he called Michael Morbius.
Oh, Michael Morpheus, yeah.
Yes, that he had turned himself into some sort of a Batman. Yes. I get I grokked what those kids were saying.
But I mean, I find it interesting that he's like Peter Parker's like a rich guy again.
Well, yeah, because it's supposed to be also. Yeah. Here's what I find most interesting is that Harry's in the French universe.
Yes.
And it makes me wonder: are we going to get a little fanfic with Harry and Peter?
And Norman Osborn was like a werewolf jackal.
Weregoblin. Yeah,
weregoblin. He looks like a jackal almost, but yeah, he's like a weregoblin. Yeah,
he's a werejagoblin. Chase. And like I said, I didn't get to finish it, so I don't know if that's a mystical thing, a science thing, a little bit of both. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Jessica by my side. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I gotta say, I haven't gotten enough. I haven't had enough time. I will read them. Just like I eventually read the Dark Justice League, and then I wanted to talk about how awesome that is, and Lil was like, nope, no one likes that. She is so judgmental. I was so glad she liked Sabrina. That's all I can say. I was like, nope, it sucks.
I think she said even before it started, she was looking forward to it.
Oh, I thought you actually said she was looking against it. I mean, like, she was like, yeah. Because I think it is a Berlanti production, so I think she was.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I'm surprised you glossed over. I thought it would be your favorite moment of the week in Spider-Geddon 2. Otto puts on the superior Spider-Man suit again.
Oh Yeah, well, because because it's the one that's like fixed. Because his superior auto, literally, it's his superior auto octopus suit has been damaged. I'm going to be fascinated by the relationship between him and Octavia, and I gotta wonder if we're going to see, if this goes on, that Octavia is going to be Tobias's sister. That's his new current name is Tobias Tolliver or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And this is my sister, Octavia Tolliver. And meanwhile, poor Ms. Marconi's gonna be like, yeah, okay, I know.
She looks exactly like you, Otto. Come on, I know.
Yeah. I know this is another universe shoot. Did you clone her? Did you make me become a wife? Did you go all Dr. Frankenstein on us all?
Okay, Otto, I get it. The only woman you can love is the female version of yourself. Okay.
No, I don't think Otto's going to fall in love with that.
No, he won't. But I can see Anna Marie saying that, like, oh, okay, Otto.
Yeah. My son's turning on the air conditioner. He is so overheated. I don't know why. He's a crazy child. But I love him. Oh, okay. I don't know if any of that got picked up.
But that is the best part when he puts the suit up back on and he says, the return of the Spear of Spider-Man, the die is cast. Then Octavia says, I've always wanted to say that, but I thought people would find it silly. And he's like, you must learn not to care what idiots think.
Well, exactly. You gotta, not for nothing. Otto, it's sort of like Jason in The Good Place, where it's like, you know what? As much as you're supposed to think this guy doesn't know what's going on, he often always knows what's going on. Mm-hmm. He's wrong a lot. Don't get me wrong; he's often an idiot when you talk big picture stuff. But in that moment, he is like one of the best guys to say, "Well, no, this is what's going on, and this is what is the proper way to do things." Like he said, we should have just murdered these people who want to murder us across a million universes and even destroy freaking universes to do it. It's like, these are people we need to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's not, and say, well, they should have a fair trial. It's like, what fair trial? We all witnessed them trying to murder us. They have documents that they want to murder us. It's not like there is some cosmic court to be brought to. This is literally frontier justice. Literally, we're on the frontier of reality. Maybe we should have some frontier justice.
And I mean, a lot of people agree that, mass murderers should get the death penalty, and how many people in how many alternate realities have these inheritors killed? Well,
exactly. And, not for nothing, that May isn't all with Otto. Let's kill the bastard.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, maybe it should be yeah, he killed my father. Prepare to die. My name is Mayday Parker. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
You know what I was thinking when that Superior Spider-Man book comes out? It'd be cool if it was a team-up book, if Ben Reilly was in there with Otto, and they kind of form a partnership under with the mantra, yeah, Peter Parker's an idiot.
Yeah, well, he is.
His ways don't work.
Well, you know what? I would love to see the Superior and the Lesser Spider get together.
Oh.
Hey, he's still a Parker. Honestly, what I gotta say is so my first introduction to Kane was in the MC2. So seeing Kane without a full Hagrid beard is weird for me.
Well, no, I mean Ben Reilly. And
Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
Well, they're mad at each other because Ben Reilly's the new Jackal. And
well, he was, but he kind of gave that up.
Yeah, but really, it's the Jackals. As Otto says, look, it wasn't just my technology; it was the Jackals, everybody else's technology. And like I said, that is going to be the key to the end of this. It's going to say, well, no, actually, that's not your cloning bat. That was actually my cloning bat, and here's the thing that destroys my clones. And they're going to be just so much crystalline dust at the end.
There you go.
And then we can write them out until that grandfather crystal that we've already established exists.
Can you imagine
the grow arms?
Can you imagine if Otto just Thanos' the inheritors out?
There we go. Oh, that would be lovely. It's very simple. And then the sound plays, because the sound like expedites it, right? If I recall correctly.
Why'd you have to put the crystals in a glove? Oh, it's the application device.
No, he doesn't need the full gauntlet. He just needs to snap his finger. That would just be great. That's the system. I mean, it makes literally no sense.
Mm-hmm.
Other than just, honestly, it makes way more sense to just have like a sound gun that goes beep, beep, beep. Your clone's dead, your clone's dead, your clone's dead, your clone's dead. Well, that was a fun show.
But,
yeah. And honestly, that they're not attacking them, not for nothing, just to call a shelter after the entrenching tool, that any of them, including Otto, is like, well, we need recruits to kill these people, is ridiculous. When you're on a planet that has Hulks and Sentries and like other people that aren't the Hulk and the Sentry who are like almost there. So like if like Spider-Man goes to freaking Thor, says, oh yeah, they're like middle level gods and they kill people. Could you help us smite the heck out of them? And Thor goes, verily I will do so. Smite, smite, smite. Are there any other inheritors that need some smiting today? Hercules, go smite one or two. Smite, smite, smite. Because not for this is a universe where you like have constant connection with gods and monsters. And like someone's gonna now granted the human gonna say, hey, Thor's in a whole War of the Realms right now. He doesn't have time to deal with poor Peter's inherited problems. But Hercules does. What's Hercules doing?
True.
I mean Thor's even asking like hey, Herc, could you help me out with the War of the Gods thing? Like, no, Herc is like, I don't know. I'm waiting for someone to want to write a story about me. I'm chill. Hyperion's still out there. No one's killed him yet. This is the good Hyperion. Like, hey, I'm a Superman pastiche.
Hey.
Got news for me today?
Hey, you might, wrong Hyperion, but I was going to say, you know who might take revenge on the Squadron Supreme? Namor.
Oh, yeah, but they also put him back. Well, the other half of them put him together. I mean, Namor's so, first off, Namor.
Well, did you see, I guess in January, they're coming out with a new Invaders book?
A new Invaders book? Okay.
Yeah.
Again? Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Who's in it this time?
Well, it's it's at least Cap, Namor, I think the original, Jim Hammond, Human Torch.
The Human Reactor now.
Yeah. I think Winter Soldier's in there. Let me see. I got the previews right here.
Okay, well that's good. I mean, great for them all to get together. Honestly, Namor's gone so off the deep end.
Yeah, Cap, Human Torch, or Human Reactor, Namor, and Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not Human Torch anymore. I don't think.
Well, it says Human Torch in the.
Oh, they do. Okay.
In the solicit, yeah.
Maybe is he fiery or is he just glowy?
In one of the preview images, it looks like he's fiery.
Okay, so maybe he got his fiery back. Maybe T'Challa's "don't be fiery" thing isn't working anymore.
Well,
turned off.
Well, that's the other thing too. They were saying because Chip Zdarsky, I guess, is going to be writing it because.
Oh, Chip! I love Chip.
After Marvel 2-in-1 ends, and with what is it, two more issues or something, 2 or 3 more issues.
Yeah, well, life continues.
Yeah.
Books end, books begin. And you can't sit and cry about a book that ends because all that is important is that a story ends. And all stories must end and a new story must begin. And okay, so this book ended, that's great. Is there another book to be told? Great. Is it new characters? Fine. It's all in the contiguous universe. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, oh, hey, I'm that character from the old show. I'm going to be here now, and I'm going to say, oh, yeah, and as luck would have it, I would like to be a part of this story. That's the thing is, people forget that writers are literally gods, that they create universes, create stories, create everything that happens in their universes, that there is not a leaf that falls that they do not command to do so. And, it's a great deal of power and a great deal of responsibility as a creator. But I think Marvel Comics is good in maintaining that. And, I liked Marvel 2-in-1. It was good. But you know what? We're going to get Fantastic Four back. So, would I love to evolve into that? We get Zdarsky's Fantastic Four. That would have been cool. Mm-hmm. We certainly would have gotten more Howard the Duck, and that's always good.
Oh, but you were mentioning Arachknight. Did you read Soldier Supreme #2?
I didn't get to it yet, man. I was so mad.
Oh, it's so good.
Spoil it.
Instead of him being frozen in ice like Cap was, he spent decades in the dark dimension, trapped in the dark dimension.
Okay.
And he gets
comes out in modern Marvel universe.
He gets like pulled out by a bunch of cultists who are like trying to worship the devil, and guess who he has to battle?
Let's go.
No, not MODOK. Mordrock.
Oh God. Why not?
Mordrock, Mordo, MODOK.
Yeah, I follow. I dropped what you were saying.
Look at all those mustaches going on. Mordrock out one, hey. Ultra Supreme has one, Charlie Esther has one. Look at that.
Don't be hating on the Fu Manchu, man. The Fu Manchu. Mark my words, Fu Manchu. The next president will have a Fu Manchu.
Oh.
Fu Manchu is coming back strong and hard. By 2020, this will be everywhere. Fu Manchu.
Charlie Esther's.
That's FAUXMANCHEW.
Ooh.
Yes. Fu Manchu.
And you said, you did say you did read Sentry #5.
I did read Sentry, and I'm not, I don't know where this goes. I'll be honest with you. It's like, I'm the Sentry and the Void, and...
It did seem to end abruptly. Do you think maybe they were thinking they were going to get more issues, but then they ended it, they told them, oh no, you're done at 5, or do you... I have a feeling...
I never know I never know when they're done.
Yeah, I don't think it's going further than this issue. That's why I'm wondering if maybe he's going to show up somewhere else, maybe in like the middle of the next big event or something. But yeah, because
is this the last issue?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good thing. Well,
that's what I'm saying. It seemed it kind of ended abruptly. Yeah.
You know what they did though? You know what they did?
What?
They burned him.
What?
Flies off into space.
Oh, yeah.
I'm flying off into space, man. I'm a cosmic guy now.
Oh, no. Yeah, he's going to show up.
I'm in the next time someone wants to write a crazy Silver Surfer story, I'm going to show up.
Guardians of the Galaxy or as Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm wherever I am. Oh, man. I bought the book. I still haven't read it. It's so hard to read books.
Read what?
It's Guardians of the Galaxy. I got Guardians of the Galaxy #2. Didn't get 1. It was there, but I said, you know what? Let me just get 2. Because I knew 1 was going to be all set up.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'd like to read it, and maybe if I had more money, I'd read #1, but I'm going to start at 2. Because 2 is when you actually say, oh, well, now we have the band here. Let's actually adventure our story.
So you think that's that's your theory now, that Sentry's going to be, off in space and in those books? Okay.
Yeah, honestly, he's going to be a guy who shows up randomly. Mm-hmm. And mark my words, he is going to get worfed so much in that role. In fact, I will. Here's the story I'm going to tell you. You're going to see this happen. He's going to get warped by Gwenpool.
Oh.
Yeah, because Gwenpool. Oh man, I have to write that letter to the writer of West Coast Avengers thing. I want Gravedigger to meet Gwenpool, just so they can both talk to the audience at the same time. And get into fights with the audience. Like, oh, you listen to this guy? Yeah, I mean, I love him. Well, he's called Digger, but his actual name is Gravedigger. He's the Gravedigger. Yeah, well, But all I'm saying is, Sentry's going to get so warped because he's out in space.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a forgotten character who's out in space, flying around with, nigh omnipotence. And you know what nigh omnipotence means, Philip?
Got a big head.
No, nigh omnipotence means not omnipotent.
Yes, I know.
Literally, Philip, I am nigh omnipotent.
Yes, I know. I always say that.
We're all nigh omnipotent because we're not omnipotent. Nigh means not. It's like
he's gonna pick a fight with Galactus, and Galactus is gonna flick him like a booger.
I mean, he's gonna get warped because they're gonna bring him in to be like the big tough guy. I think the champion gets warped from time to time in a similar way. It's like
he's gonna get a fist fight with Gladiator from the Shi'ar Empire. Okay, yeah.
Well, no, let's not get crazy, Phil.
I didn't say he's gonna win. I didn't say he's gonna win. He's gonna pick a fight.
No, but I'm like, he's going to get warped by Gladiator. No, he's not going to get warped by Gladiator. He's going to get warped by a big bad you've never heard of. That's the point. You can only warp.
Ben, this Rogolzar.
No, Philip, look, I'm telling you, you can only warp someone with a non-established character.
Yeah.
It's only when a non-established character shows up. Because otherwise the warping has no value. Because the warping only has value when it's a non-established character and we're trying to establish the baseline of this new character.
Yes.
And so a guy like Sentry, he's going to be basically not caring about the universe for the most part. And now, I don't know what they did with that. I don't know where you go with the whole bonding of the Sentry and the Void.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Is this what he was meant to be from day one, though, once he got the powers, or? Well,
I mean, that's a ridiculous statement, Phil, because it's obviously a retcon of a retcon of a retcon.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's a character whose superpower is to retcon.
Well, 2020, I'm just saying 2020, it's just like, it's probably going to go just as well as when you try to integrate Banner and the Hulk, too, but,
Yeah, well, exactly. It's it'll be like, as we saw with Arachknight and Perich Moon Knight, of, it's compartmentalized personality.
Yes.
And this isn't the Void, and this isn't the Sentry, and this isn't Bob. This is
the Church.
Sentra Void, It's this other thing that's somewhere in between all three of them.
Mm.
But eventually you'll get to this point where it's like, no, we actually are three different people. And the Void is his thing, and the Sentry's his thing, and there's actually Bob in the middle. Like God, the Devil, and Bob. You remember God, the Devil, and Bob? That was a good series. He did another season.
Oh, they're going to say it's called Bob in the Middle. Yeah, I love that shit.
No. There was a cartoon series called God, the Devil, and Bob.
Oh, okay.
And Bob is basically Job, where God comes to Bob and the devil comes to Bob. And they've decided that Bob's soul decides the universe because they're kind of petty supervillains, as we said. Omnipotent beings are so petty.
Nigh omnipotent.
Well, no, they're supposed to be omnipotent because they're the god and the devil. It's
okay.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they are nigh omnipotent. That's the point. It's like that's sort of a thing. It's as the great William Shatner once said, why does God need a starship? Why does God need a starship, Phil? He doesn't, and that's how you know you're not really God. Because if God needs a starship, you're not God. You're just one of the 800 other nigh omnipotent beings we met this week. We haven't even met the Qs yet, unless you count the Square of Gothos retcon.
All right, before we run out of time, what else did you want to get to besides comics?
Oh man, oh gosh, we're running out of time. I didn't even talk about Netflix.
We'll talk about Netflix.
Okay, so Geoff Johns. Okay, so here's the thing. It's a little complex, so please follow along. So Geoff Johns has made the statement that, of course you don't like Teen Titans. We made it for the fans. Now, we do have superfan Philip Perich here, who will state that this is, in fact, exactly what he wanted, and it is exactly what he wants, and wants to keep on watching it, because it makes him happy every night as he goes to bed as a superfan of Dick Grayson to watch Titans. Correct, Phil? Will you support Geoff Johns' argument?
I think the show's better than I thought it was going to be. As I said on Capes and Lunatics, episode 76, scroll down. I don't agree 100% with the characterization of Dick Grayson, but do you think this whole thing is like a thing with Geoff Johns where you throw out that line, yeah, we made this for the fans, so like if it succeeds, you say, oh yeah, well we gave the fans what they wanted and it paid off, or if it tanks, then you say, well, we tried to cater to the hardcore fans, and I get, and...
Well, so here's the thing about the entire argument. Okay. There's... I don't know how many subscribers we have. You have to ask Phil, Tristan. Oh, now we're in a subscriber war. I'm sorry. I know you hate because you want to maintain your anonymity, but then don't come on my show. Okay, don't come on my show. You want to maintain your anonymity.
That's right. Toxic Gamer 13 is not the son of Charlie Esser, so there.
Yeah, okay. So there's more than one toxin gamer. So
I know. Could be.
There's literally 13 of them. So,
at least.
Anyway. So, but here's what I want to say. So, it's an interesting question. So when you present this idea that, okay, we're making this for the fans, is that a good idea or a bad idea? Because on one level, you can say, well, the fans are going to show up anyway. Mm-hmm. You can put out anything that has a Spider-Man logo, a Batman logo, a Robin logo, a Flash logo. Flash, for goodness sake. People are going to show up.
Yeah.
If you're a Flash fan, you're going to watch it. No matter how bad it is, you're going to watch it.
There's been Titans comics. There's been at least 2 animated series in the last how many years? Yeah.
Exactly. Not even counting the movie.
Yeah.
Which we don't even know if it's continuity. But we don't know if Trouble in Tokyo is continuity. No one knows that.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, we assume it is, but we really don't know that. And honestly, there's always a question whether or not a lot of Titans episodes were in continuity. And we know, as far as Teen Titans go, nothing's continuity. There is no continuity. There's a new 52 every week there. But that's their shtick. That's how they sell it. But it raises this basic question. Okay, do we play to the fans or do we play to a broader audience? And whether or not this is just a cover up by Geoff Johns, which obviously I think it is. I think obviously the reviews of Titans is not good. And the only way you can deflect bad reviews is by saying, well, you just don't understand our art, man. We made this for the fans, not for you, please. Which is the question, well, why would you make something for a small audience instead of a large audience?
Well, I think it's them trying to say, one of the big criticisms of, any live action Marvel or DC thing is, how close do you get to the source material? I think it's him trying to say, well, we tried to get as close as we could to the source material. And I'm like, I don't know if you did.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess maybe, and here's the thing I'll say on that idea is that when it comes to, when we're talking about the actual fans, what fans want is something that reminds them of the source material, but still challenges. Mm-hmm. And the real question is whether or not Teen Titans actually challenges them, and whether or not it gives them comfort from the source material. Now, the real question is, and what I can honestly say is I think that is what Netflix has really mastered well, is holding the source material as honored while subverting your expectations. As I've said, it's important to subvert people's expectations so as to make the story interesting. But in this case, it comes to this question of, are you simply playing to a base? And if you are only playing to a base, is that actually a decent strategy? Because we're living in a world of fractured media. The media has gotten so fractured that you're never going to have a broad-based hit, that maybe playing to the base is the right play. Well, we're just gonna keep on putting it out there to the fans, and our fans will show up, and that's all we care about.
Especially when it's a DC-specific pay platform. Do you think maybe that's the right move? Because they're like, well, if you're paying for this DC platform, you're either a hardcore fan or you're very interested in the DC universe.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, and I think that is certainly the argument. And I think, although I wonder if maybe that was also DC's big mistake here, because they're branding it as DC.
Well, yeah, all the content on there is DC. It's comics, it's their movies,
but Disney isn't branding their streaming service as the Marvel streaming service.
No, because you'll probably have Marvel, Star Wars, any of those programs. Yeah.
But my point is that Warner Brothers has just as much content as DC.
Oh yeah. I think just
Warner's they could do the Warner's streaming service.
Oh yeah, just think of the movie catalog alone from Warner's you could get.
Exactly, you could do so much with that, but branding it as a DC service, I think, creates a weird, because basically what they're saying is we only want the hardcore fans, and I think that's what really differentiates it from the Marvel or the Disney streaming services. Mm-hmm. Disney is saying, look, we're gonna have Marvel movies for your Marvel fans. We're gonna have Disney movies for your Disney fans. We're probably going to have Touchstone films for your Touchstone fans. We're going to be a lot of different things. We're going to be as much as Netflix. And Warner's could be as much as Netflix, but they're choosing not to. Mm-hmm. And is that because they're going to launch another non-DC Warner platform later, and they want to get you twice? Or do they want to double dip you? Whereas And if that's the case, is Disney making the right choice only single dipping you?
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, if you're talking about fractured media, does Netflix have the right way forward in saying we refuse to be held by one company? We're going to be moving forward on our own, both with our own original content and sponsored content like Sabrina or The Chilling Tales of Sabrina, which is technically an Archie comic, but is being produced by Warner Brothers. I think that there is this real competition that is emerging here between the Warners and Disney powerhouses and this Netflix startup. Now, what's very interesting about Netflix is that it is running on bonds, and their bonds have reached junk status. But their number of subscribers keeps going up, as does their stock price. So you have this very interesting conundrum with Netflix of this company that should not be profitable, but is. That should not be successful, but is. And I wonder if part of that is just the fact that in this fragmented media landscape, people want a single location to go to. And if you want, because honestly, I think everyone says that. Everyone ever here is, oh, do I want to spend another $10 for that? Do I want to spend another $10 for that? Not for nothing. It's like CBS had Star Trek. DC now has Teen Titans or Titans. But it's not like I'm getting anything worth my $10 for. I'm getting one show for $10.
Do you think, I don't know, are they trying something different where it's like, we're giving you something very specific here, like on a Netflix or Hulu, you could get anything, kind of like a mixed bag of anything month to month?
Well, yeah. Well, exactly. And I think that is their argument.
Yeah.
But I think it's a short-term argument.
Oh yeah. But it's like here you know exactly what you're getting when you pay for this. You're getting DC Comics, you're getting movies, TV shows, cartoons.
I know, but the thing is that how many people really just want that?
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, it's like the Boomerang app. Boomerang has an app and it's a paid service, and you can watch old Hanna-Barbera cartoons on it.
Although I think they did a smart move. I believe, what was it this week? It might have been The Flash or one of those CW shows. They had a commercial for the DC Universe app, so maybe they're playing it up on the CW shows. Where like, hey, you like this, the Arrowverse? Hey, you might like this DC app.
Come stream it here instead of every other place you can stream.
So I mean, that's a smart move there. So it's like if you like the CW.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's a difficult sell in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it is this idea that, and like I said, I mean, honestly, so here, to make it political, right now you have this question in politics: is you play to the base, and just push your base out, no matter how controversial your ideas are. If they trigger your base, that is the solid voting block, it's worth it. Or do you recognize that the biggest group are the people that don't vote, and we want to find a way to bring them in? And so if you can bring them in, then maybe that's your winning strategy. And so when you look at something like the DC streaming universe, which is in the Warner Brothers, and not for nothing, this is my point. Warner Brothers has like 4 different streaming services right now. Because Boomerang, that's Warner's. DC, that's Warner's. CW app, that's Warner's, but that's a free app. But I mean, I get the feeling that there's probably, I get the feeling, and DirecTV, that's a pay app. I have it. DirecTV now, that's also basically Warner's has a lot of different little pies that you can buy into.
Yeah.
You can go the DirecTV route and get a panoply. You can buy a specific route in Boomerang or DC, but it seems to me like it's a weird business model to embrace.
Yeah.
Unless you're really certain that basically broad-based viewership is dead.
Or I wonder too. It just hit me. I wonder if it's like a rights thing. Like if you wanted to add the Boomerang stuff to like the DC app, if there's like you would have to deal with other corporations and stuff. And
well, except they're all corporations owned by Warner Brothers. It's like Hanna-Barbera doesn't exist as a separate entity from Warner.
Yeah, but like does that older Hanna-Barbera stuff? I mean, they didn't always own that, did they? Or the Hanna-Barbera stuff?
Well, they bought it all.
Okay,
I mean,
they bought all of it. They have all the rights.
It's like Classic Comics, Phil.
Okay.
It's like there was a fire sale and they bought it. DC and Warner's after them have been doing the same gag for a while now. It's
I mean, I'm just looking
company goes out of business, you buy it up, and then you make something better.
I'm just looking for any reason why they wouldn't sweeten the pot on this DC Universe thing. Just do a Warner's app, add Boomerang to it and whatever else they have.
Because and there's one of two reasons. One is they're really greedy and short-sighted, and they just want $20 instead of $10, or they want people to know that when they go to the DC app, they're just getting their DC.
Yeah.
That it's just playing to the base, the fans, as Geoff Johns says.
But I mean, like you were saying, I don't know why. Like, I have Netflix. Do I watch everything on Netflix? No.
No, but you watch enough that you keep on paying $10 a month.
Yeah, but I mean, if I want to find something new, there's something there. I watch the Marvel stuff, but if I want to watch something other than Marvel, there's, they have their original shows, they have older stuff, like a lot of the Star Treks are on there, series are on there.
So let me put it to you this way. This is your basic old tech versus new tech world.
Yeah.
So I remember very vividly, as a young man driving home from my sister's house in Chelsea, listening to a marketplace report so it must have been at 6:30 at night, as I'm driving home in Michigan, and it was discussing this crazy new startup called Amazon. And what differentiated Amazon from Sears and Roebuck. And the actual answer is literally nothing. I mean, yes, I know that Sears and Roebuck is going out of business now, but really, literally nothing separates the basic business model, which is catalog sales.
Mm-hmm.
There's no difference between ancient catalog sales and internet marketing. It is all about selling something outside of the brick and mortar. And what you see with Netflix is a traditional media model, which is here is a platform on which you can see everything. Mm-hmm. So we have dramas, comedies, cooking shows, news shows, opinion shows. We have it all on Netflix in the same way that you can go to your local cable provider and get that through a dozen different channels. So basically, to put it really obviously, Netflix is Amazon. The DCU is Pets.com. If you remember Pets.com. Pets.com was this idea of niche. Here's where you go to buy pet stuff. Not everything, just the stuff for your pet. Because they felt that there was enough people that wanted to buy stuff just for their pet that would keep them afloat. And while that's a good idea, if you can get other content elsewhere, it falls apart. Now, what DC and Disney have in their back pocket is, well, you can't make a Spider-Man show. We can. Mm-hmm. You can't make a Batman show. We can. Sadly, neither one is making a Batman or a Spider-Man show. They're doing Titans.
Yeah. And
we still don't know. I mean, maybe Iron Fist is going to the Marvel streaming service. Right now, all we know is Loki, which is a draw. I'll be there for Loki, because that's something Charlie Esser would like. And Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Those are the only things that we have is, confirmed that's what's going to be on the Disney streaming service. I still don't know if I'm buying the Disney streaming service. But Disney's trying to thread the needle, and Warner's is trying to hit the needle with a hammer. So that's my take on it, but it's up to everyone else to decide, and the market will decide.
I guess we'll see. I mean, they might retool in a year or so, but
Yeah, but I think Netflix has the right idea.
Oh yeah.
Even though they're at junk status now on their bonds, and they are running on bonds, but they're also having more subscribers every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they're moving, more than us, Tristan. Thank you. We have fewer subscribers than Amazon. I will be honest with that.
I'll admit to that. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's where we're at. So, Netflix, I think, may be the way forward, because Netflix is saying we are going to be a platform. We're not going to be beholden to anyone. And we're going to do our own stuff. We're going to be a platform that you can get your stuff out on. And that's the thing, is Netflix is going to say, look, there wouldn't be a Disney streaming service without Netflix.
Yeah.
and you want to go and do your and essentially, and I think Titans is that same thing. We're saying we made Titans. We're gonna let you put it on your little Disney service or your little DC service. But let's be honest here. It's Netflix that's making this a thing. So that's the platform. Whether or not it survives, and really it's just a question of whether or not it can stay ahead of its creditors. If Netflix can pull a Charlie Esser and stay one step ahead of its creditors, it is going to be rocking. But you got to pull that Charlie. You got to do a full Chaz to stay ahead of your creditors. You keep it going. Who knows how I'm going to do that? So we'll see. We'll see the ongoing battle of Chaz and Netflix in the near future. Phil, in the meantime, if a creator would like to talk to you and say, why do you talk to that foam-man-chewed idiot every week? Philip, you're better than that. How can they find you?
If you would like to do any interviews with us, actors, comic creators, anyone interested in saying, where did you find the mad genius Charlie Esser? You can always email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com, and on Twitter, I am @nightwingpdp.
Okay, and of course, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way the way I'm awesome possible instead at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Gotham, which are supposed to be coming back and may have already come back, and I don't even know.
Wait, Gotham?
Gotham.
Gotham's not back. Yeah, it's coming back, but
I know.
March. March.
I just found out that Legends of Tomorrow's came back, and I didn't even know. So that's my story, Philip. Anyway, you can always follow me on Twitter @Charlie Esser. That's CharlieEsser. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing! And if you could hear, I'm not going to throw that thing that Tristan asked me not to throw out. I will be respectful of his wish. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for connecting us with Superconnectivity. Please, Superconnect with us again. Good night! Oh, that was an hour well spent, Philip.
Yes, I think it was good.
There we go, yeah. I didn't even get to my quantum economics.
There's always next week.
Yeah, well, we got a lot. I think I got a lot out, and I'm happy with it.
You, me, and the artist formerly known as Tristan Esser.
Yes, well, just don't call him by his stage name, man. He's real particular.
And remember, kids, never go full Esser.